First and foremost, all praises are due to Yahweh Bashem Shah Bashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us his truth. Salutations to the brothers around the four corners of the earth who are teaching this word in truth and sincerity. And shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel who listen and believe in this word. This is Brother Karat Sabah coming at you with another lesson. This one is entitled The 200 Million Mounted Troops. We're going to start off with Revelation chapter 9 and verse 15. And the four angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men. So the four angels being loosed represents the nuclear destruction that's going to come upon Babylon, America, all right? To slay the third part of men, which represents the sons of the wicked, the so-called white man, the Edomites, the devil or adversary. They are the third part of men, all right? The other two parts of men are the sons of God, which represents the Hebrew Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and the sons of men, the other nations, so-called Chinese, the Moabites, so-called Africans, the Hamites, so-called Arabs, the Ishmaelites, so on and so forth. So the third part of men represents the sons of the wicked. We know their father is the satanic being known as Satan, all right? That's their God, all right? But everybody's being controlled by Yahweh. Yahweh controls the left-hand side and the right-hand side. So the third part of men, like I said, represents the sons of the wicked, but also 2/3 of our people, the Hebrew Israelites, who haven't hearkened to this word, they're going to get caught in that destruction of Babylon, America as well. They're going to get slayed as well. 2/3 of our people that haven't hearkened to this word, that haven't repented, that haven't converted, that haven't come back to the Lord, they're going to get slayed along with the Edomites, so-called white men, the devil, as well as the sons of men, the other nations that are here in Babylon, America. So let's read that again, Revelation 9, verse 15. And the four angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men. Let's read verse 16. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. Now, 200,000 represents 200 million nuclear missiles. You see? But it says here in the NLT, Revelation 9, verse 16, I heard the size of their army, which was 200 million mounted troops. So this is going to be like an army. And as we know, the Lord of hosts is Yahweh. The Lord of armies is Yahweh. So he's controlling this army of nuclear missiles. You see? And we know that the Yahweh is the Lord of armies, of the heavenly armies, as well as the earthly armies. So it's going to be 200 million nuclear missiles coming for Babylon, America. All right? So let's continue. And we know that John the Revelator was the one that seen these visions. He was exiled to the island of Patmos circa 95 AD. I believe was a 90-year-old man. He was the last of the apostles, and he got this revelation. That's why this book is called Revelation. Let's read verse 17. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire, and of jacinth, and brimstone. And the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke, and brimstone. So when John seen these visions, he didn't have a word to describe them like these are nuclear missiles, because there wasn't anything in the language that would give him the impetus to say, oh, these are nuclear missiles. So he's seen them as horses, okay, having breastplates of fire. So what he was seeing was nuclear missiles in the skies with the fire in the front, the big nuclear warhead in the front, and the fire in the back, you see? And it says of jacinth and brimstone. So you see he's seen fiery red, he's seen dark blue fire, and yellow fire. Now, this fire and brimstone was the same materials that destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. So these same materials that came out of the heavens are the same materials that are in the nuclear missiles, you see? So there's nothing new under the sun. So let's continue. By these three was the third part of men killed, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone, which issued out of their mouths. So that's what he's seen. He's seen them as horsemen, but they were the nuclear missiles. And like it says here, 1/3 of all the people on earth were killed by these three: the fire, the smoke, and the brimstone. So that 1/3 represents, like I said, the sons of the wicked. But 2/3 of our people, the Hebrew Israelites, are going to get caught in that destruction as well. So let's continue. Verse 19. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails. For their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt. So he's talking about the nuclear missiles. The fire, when the nuclear missiles are moving, they look like serpents to John in the vision. Swerving, you see? So the fire behind them was swerving like they had tails. So that's what John thought he was seeing. You have to imagine this. He's seen this in the vision in 95 AD. So we're well over, 2,000 years later? You see? Revelation 9. And let's read, let's go to Joel chapter 2. Joel chapter 2 and verse 3 for a precept. And this reads, a fire devoureth before them. So this is Joel, the prophet, seeing the nuclear missiles in the vision as well. So this is his description. All right. So many of the prophets got different visions, but it was of the same thing: the oncoming calamity and the destruction of Babylon, America. Let's begin again. Joel 2 and verse 3. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them. So it's going to destroy Babylon, America. You see here it says the land is as the Garden of Eden before them. That's America now, America, Babylon. But after the nuclear missiles hit Babylon, America on the day of the Lord, this land is going to be a desolate wilderness. The only thing that's going to survive here is wild animals. You see? Let's read that again. Joel 2 and verse 3. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them. Meaning, anybody who was not beamed up into that chariot as part of the 1/3 elect of the Hebrew Israelites is going to be destroyed here in Babylon, America. The lake is going to be a lake of fire. So only the 1/3 of the Hebrew Israelites, the elect, the remnant, who are going to be beamed up into that great gigantic fathership in which Yahushua is going to be on, only they are going to be saved. Everybody else is not going to escape the death that's going to come from the nuclear missiles. Let's read verse 4. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. So he's seen them as horses as well, like John did, you see? Let's read verse 5. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. So that's why the lesson is entitled The 200 Million Mounted Troops, because it's literally like an army, okay, of troops, but they're just nuclear missiles, okay? So let's read verse 7. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. So these 200 million mounted troops are the nuclear missiles. It's literally like an army, but it's being controlled by the Lord of hosts, Yahweh, the Lord of armies. He's controlling this army of nuclear missiles, and he's controlling where they go and what they do. And the main objective is to destroy Babylon, America, and put it into a lake of fire. So on that note, I hope this lesson was edifying to you, and I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah Bashem Rakakwadash. Shalom.